Hello, my fellow VSGers. This is Joe Saint, along with my sidekick, Frankensleeve, coming at you with another quick fact, frequently asked questions. And this frequently asked question is, what is a slider food? And basically a slider food is any kind of food that you can eat a lot of without feeling a sense of fullness or restriction from your new stomach. The foods just slide right down, keep on going through your stomach, and it allows you to just keep on eating. The slider foods usually don't give you a sense of lasting fullness the same way that a high dense protein food would, and you're more likely to eat more and to eat more often. Some of the best examples of slider foods are ice cream, potato chips, chocolate bars, peanut butter, donuts, baked goods. Popcorn is a slider food for me. Pasta is a slider food for me, and potatoes and rice. One of my worst slider foods is yellow squash. Even though it's very healthy, I can eat quite a bit of yellow squash without ever feeling full. I can eat close to a pound of yellow squash that's just been sliced open and baked under the broiler with no problems. Pasta is one of my worst slider foods because the more I eat a pasta, the hungrier I get. And I actually get hungrier as I eat more pasta, and it makes me want to overeat to the point of bursting. So I stay away from pasta as much as possible. Now there are some opposite foods from sliders, and these are including different kinds of dense meat like chicken breast, which is one of the toughest things that I ever have to digest. Chuck roast is pretty tough meat to begin with, so it takes quite a bit of cooking just to get it tender enough to easily eat it, but it's also a very dense filling food. And I've noticed that pork loin is also a very dense and filling food, because even though it's supposed to be considered a delicacy type meat, it is a very dry meat and it fills me up very quickly. Some of the fruits I found that are not slider foods for me are apples, and pineapple is a really big one for filling me up very quickly. It was also one of the toughest foods that my stomach ever learned to tolerate, and I enjoy it now. But it is very filling and sticks with me for a very long time. Grapes are a very big non-slider food for me, especially the skins. Depending on whether it's green grapes or red grapes, my stomach can get a little bit upset. The red grapes seem to cause me more problems than the green ones, but it's nothing serious, just a minor grumble here and there. Some of the vegetables I find that are not slider foods are cauliflower, pretty much any kind of bean. Beans tend to stick with me, whether it's in just cooked form, like cooked in boiling water, or if it's things like refried beans. They tend to stick with me and fill me up for a long time, as well as broccoli. Broccoli is very fibrous and it sticks with me for a while. And I decide if a food is a slider or not based on how quickly I fill up if I get hungrier for the food as I eat more of it. I consider any kind of food that basically will melt in your mouth a potential slider food. If it can break down in your saliva, then it's most likely going to break down very quickly in your stomach and be passed through your system. And overall, slider food is different from person to person. Some people claim that popcorn fills them up and they stay full, and popcorn is not a very filling type of food for me. Since slider food is different from person to person, it's a good idea to pay attention to how long your sense of fullness lasts after a meal, and how quickly your hunger returns, and the intensity of your hunger, or if you have any cravings after eating a meal. So that's the basics of what is a slider food. This is Joe Saint and Frankensleeve signing off from VSG Land. And keep pimping that sleeve.